Hey everybody, Eric here with Action Yugioh, and I'm with...
Bruce Menard.
And what did you do today, Bruce?
I went undefeated and got first place with Madolches.
Very nice. Let's see that deck profile.
Yeah. So, starting off, you run a lot of Madolches in the deck, because most of them are one-card OTKs. So you're on triple Madolche. This is an OTK if you have no monsters in grave. And then I'll do this one because that'll make more sense. Triple Petting Cess. Petting Cess is also an OTK if you have no monsters in grave. And then Angela is your OTK if you have a monster in grave. So these are like 9-card just OTK buttons, which is fantastic. And then Angela works if you have a monster or not. Fruitcake only is an OTK if you have a monster. So if you like hand trap or something, this is an OTK. And then you have to run 2 Messenger Gelato and 1 Pudding Cess because it's necessary. You just need the names. And Messenger Gelato is super strong. Key note, Messenger Gelato does not get its effect off if zombie rolls on the field. So you have to remove that before you can get the searches. And then we run a bunch of hand traps. So I run triple Herald of Orange Light. This card's active through most of your Madolches, honestly. And you also run double Lancia. These are also fairies, so like it's almost always active, and this is your nib negate. So if someone like you're comboing off and they nib you, then you can just negate it with this. So that's how I kind of get around that.
The orange light, you mean, right?
Yeah, the orange light.
Yeah.
The Lancias are just fantastic in the meta right now. I have no complaints about running Lancia. I also run triple Ash. I just really like Ash. I think it hits a lot of the big decks that this deck tends to struggle with, but you can also Ash at the right time and you can really give them an awkward board because of it. And then I run 2 Phantasme. I was really expecting more people to run like Sky Strikers and it's like link-based decks, so I wanted to run this just so I can get some extra draws and fix hands. I did not summon it once today, but last week when I played this deck, I summoned it every single game, and every time I played it, I won that game. It was insane.
Yeah, you got first place at a tournament last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so 2 first placed.
And then I run 2 Gamma Seal in the main, which is really strong because not a lot of people will play around just like a 1 like Gamma Seal. I don't run any more, but I do tend to side this out quite often just because it's not always useful. But when you do hit it, it's super nice.
Oh, Kaijus right now are really good.
Yeah, just in general. I was just getting the wind one, I just don't own it. On to spells. So we run triple Madolche Salon. This card's insane. This fixed a lot of the issues with the deck. This gives you a double summon for Madolches, but it also allows you to set Madolche spell traps from deck. And that's super important, especially if you open awkward, but it's also really good if you open first. You can like set Promenade, which is like your negate, which is super good. And then we also run 1 Ticket and 1 Chateau. Ticket is your extender. This is the only spell trap that you can get that will like get you another monster on the field. So that's a really good big thing to note. And Chateau is just super good. You can recycle all your hand traps and stuff with it. It's super good. Big note, Ticket and Salon are mandatory effects, so you can't choose when to activate them. They have to activate when you do the things. And then Hero of today, triple Galaxy Cyclone. I drew this in all the right times. I was playing against Tri Brigade, drew 2 of these and evenly, and it just destroyed them. It was fantastic. Nothing else to say there. And I main 2 Super Poly. This is just to finish up anything else that's like kind of an issue with the deck. If I don't hit anything else, Super Poly is kind of like a last-ditch effort to like even out a board state. Onto the traps, we do run triple evenly in the main. Again, this is another one of those like kind of surprise factors, and a lot of people think about me maining it. But it's still just such a good card, and then like I can set up without any fear in main phase 2 and send them over, and I'll have like a negate and like disruption along with it. And then finally 1 Promenade. This card is what makes the deck right now. It is like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. You target 1 face-up card and negate it. You also have to target Madolche and Grave or on your field to add back to hand, but that's always live. But you do get to target 1 card and negate it, so it can be spell, trap, whatever. It's super good, and it adds back so you can like OTK the next turn by adding back an OTK to your hand. That's the main. Onto the extra. So the extra is kind of wonky right now, and I will say that I do run triple of all the Madolches. So I run triple Alamode, triple Tiramisu, and triple Teacher. You don't need to do this. You could probably get away with running 2s of each. But I like having 3 just because in a grindy meta, like you can just it's helpful. I also run 2 Sistart. I lost one, which is why it's on a weird sleeve. But Sistart's also just really good. It's a good defensive card. While it's linked to one of your Madolches, your opponent can't target or destroy any of your Madolche spell traps, which is really good. And when it would be destroyed, you can shuffle Madolche from grave back to deck. So it helps with grinding, but also you can just like sit there with this and they can't get over it, and so you can just kind of just sit until you can win. Onto the non-Madolches, I run 1 Abyss Dweller. There's a way to make this along with your first turn board. It's really good. It's kind of rare, but it is nice. And then for my super power targets, I run 1 Shek, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp, and 1 Plant Dragon Dragastapelia. Shek's kind of just like an intermediate thing right now. I'm probably going to cut this, but it never came up. But if it does, it's pretty good. It's 2600 beater. And then finally on the side, I run 1 Lancia just to finish up the 3 in the main. So if I'm playing against a deck that really uses it, I'll throw this in because it's like not a negative. I run double DD Crow and double Droll and Lock. So just depending on the matchup, just siding in the right hand traps. And then 3 Dark Ruler No More, 3 Twins. So 3 Twins are here and 3 Dark Ruler No More are here because sometimes they're just decks that just make too much, and I can't really respond. So I make these, I put these in just so I can, like, say, trap heavy deck or monster heavy deck. You can just kind of get rid of them. And then I also cited triple anti-spell because I assume people would like be playing Sky Strikers or Pendulums, but again, never came up. But it is good when it happens. And then finally, I run this janky card just in case someone's playing some rogue link spam deck for my super poly.
All right, well, thank you very much for the deck profile. Do you have any shout-outs?
I'm going to shout out Action. Action's a great place to shop. Come check it out. Shout out to Dan, who gave me some of the Madolche cards.
Hey, Dan.
And shout out to you for giving me a deck profile.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime.